What's up YouTube, G-Money here. So the reason why I'm making this video, I don't see many people who have broken acetabulum bones, and that is the bone that holds the leg bone in the hip. And according to my surgeon, what ended up happening is when my kneecap bounced off the dashboard, my entire leg went through my hip, causing a dislocated hip, a fractured acatabulum bone, which is the actual socket that holds the leg, and a fractured kneecap. And what the surgeon ended up doing is there is a distinct mark from here that goes up and then curves towards my butt, making an S, because he had to open up my entire hip and make sure to put a metal plate and screws to hold my leg in place. The reason for that, since that is the socket that holds the leg in place, unless there's something holding my leg in place, that metal plate and screws is it. The thing that ended up happening with me, I was driving in a two-lane road going one way and two-lane road going the opposite direction, and I was in the left lane. In the middle, there is a median with concrete borders, like a sidewalk. And apparently that lady went in the middle and wanted to make a U-turn coming onto my road. I didn't have any stop signs, I didn't have any red lights, I just had a clear open road going 45 miles an hour. And this lady, 23-year-old lady, chose to do a U-turn in front of me. I knew that based on the border being on the left, I could not swerve to the left, or else my tires would not be happy as I was going full speed. So my only option was to slow down, which I did, and she almost passed my vehicle since the damage was on the passenger side. She completely passed the driver's side, thank God. Immediately after the accident, due to my broken kneecap and broken hip, I did not have consciousness. I was completely unconscious through the whole thing, and the only times when I regained consciousness is when my body was moved. I opened my eyes temporarily due to the pain and then went back to sleep. As you folks are getting the leg view, you're going to see that this right leg is significantly more swollen than the left one, because that is the fractured leg and obviously the surgically repaired leg. And as well, you should notice that my ankle is a lot fatter. So first week that you're going to be dealing with this injury, two things that are absolutely required. This stick right here that grabs onto your foot, and grabbers just like this. Because whether this water is out of scene or not, you could use it to grab things from far away. And if you are dealing with this injury, especially at the very first week, you're not going to have any strength in your body to be able to get up. In fact, what I would say, getting up just even like this, that was an extreme task. Where this is absolutely simple for me, but I also go to the gym currently, allowing me to have enough strength in my body to do basically whatever I want. As well with food. Currently I have some food right here that's been made for me by my mother, thankfully. And you could sit up, but be aware if you do sit up, that flexes your hip. And that will basically be a stretch that it's going to be going through, and you're going to use that muscle. You're going to feel tired. If you want everything to remain relaxed and not flexed, I eat laying down. This is simple. When I would massage myself, I would massage the inside of my thigh, I would massage the front of my thigh, I would massage the side of my thigh where the metal plate is, and I do feel the metal plate, but obviously I go around it. I definitely do not push on the metal plate personally. And then I would lift up my butt just a little bit and get underneath my butt to give a gentle massage around my butt area and the incision as well. As soon as they finished doing the surgery, I kind of started massaging myself to reduce the inflammation. I guess one of the important things the first week as you're laying in bed is laying straight. What I mean by that is your upper body and your leg should make one straight line. And if you move your leg out like this, or even if you move it in this way, that does not make a straight line. That does make an angle. Your leg at the very beginning in the first week is not going to be happy unless it's 100% straight. Not elevated, not declined. What you're going to want to do is grab this stick and you're going to move just a little bit. After you move a little bit, move your hips. Then you move a little bit more, then move your hips a little bit more. Keep in mind, you want your body to create a straight line. So unless you're creating a straight line, it's not going to be comfortable for you. And this is the way I began doing it the first week, is just moving my hips and my body together until I had enough room to prop myself up like this and then get up. Let's do rehabilitation. I started my rehabilitation at week number 6. I could always move this thing out of the way and put my weight all on one leg. And usually what I've been doing, I would just go straight down trying to touch my toes. When I first began doing this, it was pretty extreme. I would say pain level would be around 9 out of 10. Other stretches that I would do, I would put one leg on one side, and I would just go down as low as I can and have my hip be stretched going to the right. For this stretch that I would do, I would have my good foot facing the open door frame, and then my hurt foot in front of me, in front of the wheels of the walker. And as I do this, I would actually bend backwards, attempting to push my butt as far back as I could in a stretching motion. That is another good one for during the days that I stretch and my rehabilitation, is I grab this leg and I just lift it straight up as far as I can. Now, going into your body, towards your body, that is actually not allowed. They're claiming that that will dislocate your leg. But if you do go away from the body just like this, that will increase the range of motion of your leg and will be extremely beneficial in days that you're doing rehabilitation. It is a completely different stretch if you have your leg lifted and moved over to the right, and it is a completely different stretch as if you have the leg all the way to the ground, then you move it all the way over. It is engaging completely different muscle, so do both. My right leg, the surgically repaired leg, is obviously completely straight. The opposite leg is bent, and what I would do is I would attempt to touch the toe of the surgically repaired leg. If you're at the beginning stages of healing, sitting up just like this is actually flexing your hip, which essentially you're bending forward. When you're laying down, that is when your hip isn't flexing. So currently my hip is flexing just a little bit. After you progress through your healing process, this would not be considered a bend for you. Then you would have to advance to attempting to touch your toes. Another stretch that is good is if you arch your back backwards just like this. I believe this is called a scorpion. And when you arch your back backwards, this is a really good stretch to do. To summarize this injury, the way I would summarize it is between weeks 1 and 6, what I would highly recommend is massaging your body. And between weeks 6 and 12, I would rehabilitate on every 3rd day. The way I did the entire time. One day I would go to the gym to work out my good limbs. The 2nd day, I would usually do it in my home, where I would do rehabilitation, and that would involve either muscle contraction, where I am working on explosiveness, or the other option is stretching to make sure I'm gaining flexibility. But stimulating that muscle, that's the only thing that I'd be doing in that specific day. The third day, rest and massage. Obviously, I would make sure to massage myself on day that I would do rehabilitation the best I could, but I would always have one specific day where I would rest all day long. Not only that, I would highly recommend going into a pool. 3 weeks before I'm able to put weight on my right leg, what I'm doing is taking off a bunch of weight and walking around. This is helping. Today, it is May 16th, and my accident was February 17th. So I'm exactly at 3 months, which is supposed to be 12 weeks. So my weight bearing tomorrow will be lifted. Since I've been attending the pool, I could easily make this walker go away and I could easily walk towards you. Now, I do limp, and I can even walk backwards. I do limp, and the reason why I limp is because my kneecap doesn't bend. My hip is accepting everything. What I tell my friends and family is, tight muscles are not flexible, flexible muscles are not tight. As soon as I began stretching, I gained flexibility. You will always need to massage your entire hip, your entire leg, and going to a massage therapist is extremely important. Still at 3 months currently, my blood flow to the leg is not perfect. With both my legs visible here, you could noticeably tell that the ankle is significantly smaller, but it's constantly just a slight bit redder. I will make sure to give my leg proper blood flow as time passes. Tight muscles will not help blood circulation.